Welcome to our Fall Magnet Showcase here at North Cobb High School. While we're sad that you can't be with us this evening, we hope to be able to bring enough flavor of North Cobb so you can appreciate what it would be like to be here and experience our greatest strength at our magnet program, which is our students and our faculty. We've assembled several today to be on stage and even more to join us in our Zoom panels this evening to show you more about extracurriculars and about what it's like your freshman year, what it's like after Magnet, to give you a full picture of what you can expect when you become a Magnet warrior. If you're watching this with us at 6:30 on Tuesday, the 27th, please follow along with Mentimeter, and behind me on the screen, please go on, put in the session ID, and be interactive with us as we answer some questions and hear from you as you're experiencing our Fall Showcase with us. All right, to kick off this year's Fall Showcase, as every other year, we've invited our distinguished guest, the principal of North Cobb High School, to share more with you about what our high school does in general and why North Cobb Magnet is glad to be a part of it, is Mr. Matt Moody. Thank you, Mr. Moody.
Good evening, parents and students. Welcome to tonight's virtual experience, where you'll learn all about our Magnet program at North Cobb High School. I'm Matt Moody, proud principal of North Cobb, and I'm looking forward to the experience that you go through tonight. You'll hear from some of our current students, former students, and our staff that do such a good job of challenging our kids to reach those higher levels of learning while supporting each of our students through that process. At North Cobb, we have our vision statement, Warrior Nation Inspiring Excellence, and everything that we do at North Cobb is centered around that, whether it's in the classroom, on the athletic fields, in this wonderful fine art, performing arts center, community service, and a host of other activities that our kids participate in. We're always stressing how we can inspire excellence in all that we do. So enjoy tonight's program. If you have any questions, you can contact me at North Cobb. You can give me a call or shoot me an email, and I'll be glad to help you in any way I can. Once again, enjoy tonight. Thanks again.
Thank you, Mr. Moody. Before becoming Magnet Coordinator, I taught at North Cobb for 18 years, including our Magnet program, our freshman AP Human Geography class. And I had to start by getting the end and what we need to accomplish, so you can't take the teacher out of the classroom. So I want three things to be very clear to you all this evening at the end of our Performing Arts Center presentation and our Zoom sessions. And number one is that we are an international studies program. And I firmly believe that international studies is a fantastic platform for your high school education because it can enrich any endeavor that you wish to pursue in life. If you want to be a lawyer, there's more options if you have an international background to go across boundaries and do more things with your law. If you want to be a medical doctor and work in different countries around the world or go to medical school in different countries. If you want to be a journalist and cover events all around the world, or if you just want to be a teacher, like later on we'll hear from a teacher of English in China from a North Cobb alumnus. Anything you do can only be enriched and made better and made you more employable through the lens of international studies. Number two is that we offer a very unique, small, specialized community within a larger public high school with a vast amount of resources. Especially during a pandemic, this is a fantastic opportunity to have extra layers of support, extra layers of accountability, extra people to communicate with to help your children succeed in the remote classroom or in the physical classroom as we return face to face. Number three is that we definitely have additional opportunities. We pride ourselves at North Cobb of adding so much value to the educational experience when we add trips, we add field trips, we add magnet-specific clubs, we add speakers in this assembly and panels on Zoom during a pandemic. Everything we can do to make this a high school experience, not just a collection of high school classes and late night studying. I don't think most people look back on their high school and remember that. They remember all the things that made it a fun, enriching, and whole experience. So here to help us out and kind of see where you might go with North Cobb Magnet are the Guile sisters. So these amazing students were part of our Magnet program for more than a decade. They decided they would join together and provide just their feedback on why they chose to come to North Cobb, what they've been doing amazingly since, and why they think it's a great choice for you as well.
Hi, we're the Guile sisters. We each graduated from North North Cobb's International Studies Magnet Program, and we wanted to tell you a little bit about what we did in high school and what we're doing now as we recommend the program. So my name is Sarah. I graduated in 2012, a long time ago now, and then I moved to Shorter University where I got my degrees in English, psychology, and liberal arts, and now I'm about to finish up my PhD in English at Georgia State University, where I'm working on a dissertation defending reason and imagination and how they bridge together a lot of those skills I learned from my English department at North Cobb. So I'm continuing the lessons in education that I got from North Cobb. While at North Cobb, was involved in several clubs, really enjoyed the teachers and the academics. I got to figure out my passions and learn that well. Hannah?
I'm Hannah. I'm the middle sister, and I graduated in 2015. And I had a hard time deciding which magnet program to pursue because I was always more interested in math and science, but I kind of just followed in Sarah's footsteps and chose North Cobb. But it ended up being a really great decision because I not only got a really great science and math education, but I also learned so much more than I possibly could have imagined about social studies and English, and had really great teachers to teach me those subjects as well. And then when I graduated, I went to Georgia Tech to pursue biomedical engineering. But it wasn't until my senior year of high school really that I really decided to pursue a specific path in biomedical engineering, because it was after a soccer game that I'd played in at North Cobb, and I was on the bleachers and I had a really fast heart rate, and then went to a cardiologist the next day, and long story short, ended up being diagnosed with Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome, and then had an ablation procedure done. And now, after going through Georgia Tech, I've been able to pursue a path where I can help heal people's hearts in the same way that mine was healed.
And I'm Rebecca. I'm the youngest sister. I graduated last year in 2019, and I'm currently at Georgia Tech studying aerospace engineering. And North Cobb really prepared me well for Georgia Tech, not only by giving me the advanced math and science classes, but also giving me a really strong background in social studies, English, all the really fundamental skills to communicate well with any type of person. I also was involved with cross country and track at North Cobb and made some amazing friends. And then I also went to Australia, New Zealand, and Fiji between my junior and senior year. And that was just an incredible experience of getting to travel and see the world before I went off to college.
So North Cobb was such a fundamental part of all of our stories. We highly recommend it. We still keep in touch with our friends and amazing teachers from our days at North Cobb. So we hope you consider North Cobb International Studies program.
All right. Thank you, Giles, for that exciting endorsement of our magnet program. The number one question I usually get from a lot of parents looking forward in their children's future is, magnet sounds great, but where might they end up? What are the possibilities out there for them from your program? We get that a lot at Cobb County open houses as well. So behind me, you'll see a list of the 45 colleges that the classes of 2019 and 2020 are currently attending. You can see that while we have 14 colleges in Georgia, we also have more than 30 outside the state and indeed around the world. Additionally, after college, our students go on to a wide variety of careers, anything from stockbroker to paralegal to analyst for companies like Home Depot or teachers. There's a wide variety of things they can do because, like I said before, global studies can enrich any career and send you in any one of myriad directions. I hope that you'll be able to join our Zoom panels after this presentation starting at 7:20 and go to our alumni panel and hear from 6 alumni who are in a variety of places in terms of grad school, different occupations, or maybe even still an undergraduate, talking about how their experience has prepared them well for the college in which they attend. Now, as you can see behind me, most of our kids, even though there are a variety of colleges they can attend, do stay in the state of Georgia. Now, it's important to know that's typically because our students are more than qualified to get Zell-Miller scholarships to cover 100% of their in-state tuition, or at the very least, Hope scholarships, which cover a good portion of that. However, our main sort of measuring stick at North Cobb is making sure that they can be competitive for admission into our flagship state institution, which is the University of Georgia. And as you can see, our students graduate year in and year out with AP courses in excess of the amount of the average incoming UGA student and a weighted GPA higher than the middle 50% of the incoming UGA classes. We only keep track of that to make sure that if they can get into UGA, we know they are more than competitive for Vanderbilt, for Boston University, for scholarship opportunities, and that will flow naturally from there. So far we think that we're doing a pretty good job of getting them ready for where they want to go. And ultimately that is what we want them to do. Have any door open to them that their major will take them through, if that's a small liberal arts school in Oklahoma, or if that's Stanford University or George Washington University. It doesn't really matter to us, it matters to them. And that's what our curriculum is meant to do, is to keep all of those doors open for them to walk through. Now, how do we do that? We won't lie, right? Magnet programs are full of advanced academics. They are rigorous opportunities that require studying, they require application, they require hard work and deep thought. But at North Cobb, we pride ourselves in making sure that we provide the adequate student support to meet those needs. Again, some of you are at home in remote learning still. Some of you have recently gone back to middle school just a few weeks ago. And you know that communication can be difficult at best when you're not physically close in relationship with your teachers, with your coordinators, with your counselors. So at North Cobb, we've been working doubly hard while we've been online since August to make sure we meet the needs of our students at their homes. So for example, just behind the scenes, every Monday, I have reviewed all the grades of our 360 plus magnet students. We have a shared spreadsheet with Ms. Prosey, our magnet counselor, and I, and we've been calling lots of magnet Zoom parent-teacher conferences to facilitate that sort of communication between the parents and the teachers with the students outside the school day, remotely from home. We also meet her and I every week to review any cases of students who are experiencing any challenges, who have any special needs, and making sure that we can meet those either in person or remote. We also have our tutoring program that was created years ago by North Cobb's magnet students for North Cobb magnet students. We realize that sometimes teachers do the best they can, we do the best we can, but peers have a very unique voice and can speak to each other in a way that's maybe even more emphatic or more persuasive or just more descriptive that helps them learn a little bit better or a little bit easier and maybe language that they are more comfortable with. So we have dozens and dozens and dozens of tutors lined up in all of our magnet courses and our non-magnet courses, ready for any challenges that might come along the way. We are a liberal arts school, so we do have advanced classes in a variety of subjects in English language arts, science, social studies, and obviously world language, then in math. So not all students are exactly the same level of preparedness in all of these areas. So we're on deck, ready to go with any and all assistance that we need to make our students successful. Last but not least, when we're in person, we do have a weekly learning lounge where we'll assemble our volunteers from our Magnet Student Advisory Council in our Magnet Lounge in the front of the school, an hour after school each Wednesday, to kind of sit down with students and work through writing FRQs for their AP class freshman year, or dealing with their collaborative groups in AP seminar, or anything we can do to facilitate that student interaction with our sort of learned mentors, our sophomores, juniors, and seniors who have been through a year or three of the program, with some of our newer students who are still experiencing some of those initial challenges that rigorous academics can bring to any student. Here to speak more about what she does for our magnet students is our four-year dedicated magnet counselor, Miss Bree Perozzi. And as she comes up, it's important to note that she will be your student's guidance counselor all 4 years at North Cobb, which is an amazing opportunity for her to get to know them and help them the best way she possibly can. So, Ms. Perozzi.
Hi, I'm Bree Perozzi, and I'm the magnet counselor. I've been a school counselor for now, this is my 12th year, and I've served magnet students. This is going on my 6th year. And one of the things that I am uniquely qualified to do is support your students academically, in their career focus, as well as socially and emotionally. And what those things tend to look like, we really try to hone in on the communication piece, as Mr. Auld had mentioned previously, as well as being as proactive as possible. So that can look like parent-teacher conferences, as he had mentioned before, and that can look like going in and providing bridge bill lessons, which are focused on college and career, and what their path through North Cobb will look like, whether that's, advanced academics and what those activities are that they participate in. Those are all reasons why their school counselor should be involved in what that path looks like over the 4 years. And so mostly in the transition from 8th grade to 9th grade, that is a really good opportunity for parents and students to communicate with me directly so I can help support them in the best way possible in whatever it is that they might need assistance with. And that goes all the way through up until senior year. And I just finished up submitting all the counselor recommendations and transcripts for our early action deadline for UGA and Tech, which again, Mr. Auld had mentioned earlier. And just to reference back to what he had mentioned about being ready for our flagship university in Georgia, the University of Georgia, our students over the last 2 combined years have had an average of 13 AP courses, which obviously puts them ahead of where sort of the baseline level of AP classes that college would want to see. But as I was going through and writing my recommendations and seeing where this current senior class landed, they actually have on average taken 14 AP courses, and we even have a student who will complete 21 AP courses when he graduates. So while that's by no means what we're expecting everyone to do, our kids are going above and beyond to be as competitive as possible for those competitive universities and colleges. Well, okay, so that's all I have for right now, and I look forward to meeting all of you, hopefully in the spring. And please don't hesitate to reach out to me with any questions that you might have.
Thank you, Ms. Perosi, and in fact, that's the perfect segue to talk about our curriculum. It is an amazing number of AP classes, and if you were all here in the auditorium, I know that I'd see some big eyes on 8th grade students and parents alike. How is my 8th grade student possibly going to take 14 or more AP classes? They're coming from AC 8th grade or maybe some non-accelerated content 8th grade, and we understand that. At North Cobb Magnet, we've worked very hard over our decade plus of existence to make sure that we scaffold our rigor to make it accessible to all students. We know the kids are coming from 40 plus different middle schools in the district and out of the district. They're coming from different starting places, and they'll reach different ending places. So what we would like to do is to kind of bring them in slowly, introduce them to that advanced rigor, and then add layers of that rigor in different subject areas as they move through their high school experience. So as you can see behind me, the 11 AP required classes that do take place over all disciplines start with only 1. So when you come your freshman year, you will not be hit with 4 or 5 or 6 college level classes when you're 14 years old. You'll be approached with 1. And that AP Human Geography class isn't even a semester class, so you have time. We built that into a bundled system so that you have from August all the way until May to adjust to the rigors of high school, adjust to a new school, and adjust to new friends, new teachers, and maybe even an entirely new building that you've never been to from a different part of the county. As you go forward, then we'll add to that. You can see your 10th grade year. All right, we'll bundle 2 AP classes together instead of just 1. That 1 AP Human is bundled with leadership and government. But second year will be bundled with 2 AP classes of English language and seminar. All right, then you also have your AP World History class. So seminar is a really interesting class in that it prepares you for a research pathway at North Cobb High School. So it's class 1 of a 3-year cycle that goes to AP Research your second year, and then your public presentation of your research your senior year, usually in the second semester. Now, those 2 classes in our entire AP program overall will qualify you for something that will make you very competitive for colleges around anywhere in the United States, and that is earning your AP Capstone Diploma. You get that when you get a 3 or higher on your seminar and your research, and then 4 other AP classes. Since you'll be taking on average 14, like Ms. Perosi just told us, that's not a problem for most of our students. In fact, 2/3 of our seniors have already qualified for their AP Capstone Diploma, and they're just now starting their senior year. And you can see all the different classes that take you on to your senior year there behind me. And we can talk more about curriculum a lot, but we'll get into that mostly in the spring open house when you're deciding exactly where you want to come and make your magnet home. Here to talk more about how we use the bundled system is one of our bundled teachers, our junior year AP research teacher, Miss Jen Johnson. And we do think that our bundles are a huge part of our magnet experience. It separates us from a lot of other magnets, and it's very unique. And to hear more about why we do that and how it serves the needs of our students, I'll turn it over to her. Thank you, Ms. Johnson.
Hi everybody, my name's Jennifer Johnson, as Mr. Ald said, and I teach AP Research as part of our magnet program, but in addition I also teach AP Biology and Honors Genetics, which are just some of the other courses that our students take as part of their magnet experience. Like Mr. Ald said, in terms of rigor, we have a lot of options at our school that are outside of our magnet program to help students succeed beyond our magnet required curriculum. But with that said, I'm here to talk to you about bundles. Some of you might say, what is a bundle? What does that mean? You may hear of it referred to as skinnies in other schools, but essentially our students attend for an entire year a class every other day that is paired with an additional class. So in the freshman year, they have their leadership course and their AP Human Geography. In their sophomore year, they have AP Seminar and AP English Language. In their junior year, which is what I teach, we have AP Research and AP Environmental Science with Ms. Hop. And then finally, in their senior year, they have AP Comparative Government and AP Macroeconomics. And what that bundle affords us is not only the gift of time, which in an AP class is a true gift. We really do like to have that processing time in order to really make deep connections and deep understanding, but additionally, it allows us to have full year support and contact with every magnet student, regardless of what classes they're in their other areas. That allows us to support students in ways that you're unable to do in a traditional block schedule. It also allows us to communicate much more effectively about the needs of our students and allows us to plan in a way that hopefully can limit some of the stressors that students might experience by having 5 courses in a semester as opposed to 4. I can speak from my own personal experience, but also what I know of our other bundles, that when we start to hear that, oh, the juniors are stressed or the sophomores are stressed, we start to collaborate within those groups with our colleagues to make sure that we are not overburdening our students with due dates and deadlines to make sure that they can be successful inside and outside of the classroom and remain healthy and balanced. That doesn't mean we're going to guarantee you a lack of stress within a bundle, but we're going to help you learn how to manage it. And then finally, as your bundle teachers, it's a lot easier for us to communicate about when we're seeing maybe a student is having an issue in one class and then it's starting to bleed over into another. That way we can have a targeted approach to working for supporting you toward your success and not just leaving you floating on an island. And I think that that's one of the most important things about North Cobb is that you are never alone. And within your support and your magnet program, your bundle is that piece that's going to make sure that you are always feeling supported with all of the other aspects of the magnet program that we have that Ms. Perosi and Mr. Ald have also discussed. Thank you so much for your time. I'm looking forward to meeting you in your junior year and hopefully in our breakout sessions later. Have a great evening.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson. She's just a very good example of the empathy and the just generally great spirit that our teachers bring to our students at Magnet, and she's right about not being alone. In fact, also we have a 4-year advisement schedule. So when you come as a freshman year and you're given a homeroom advisor that you meet once a week, typically every Wednesday during our SPEAR period, you'll have that same advisor all 4 years, which makes a really nice connection. And obviously, even nowadays, when we're partially remote or fully remote, those connections are what matter the most as we get from day to day and make sure we all end up being very successful at our academic adventure. Now, obviously, as an international studies program, in addition to the rigor that we have, we also make a very concerted effort to make sure it's global in nature across all of our classes. So in English language arts, in science, in social studies, some of the classes that we teach are very obviously global in nature. It's hard to think about comparative government with Ms. Galloway and not think it has to be global when you're analyzing the government institutions of 6 different countries in different continents around the world. That's clear. Our world languages is clearly global. But what we do at North Cobb is insert that global lens into all the courses that we teach, even things like Honors American Literature, which on the face of it don't sound very global, or an Honors Magnet Biology, or Magnet Chemistry. These classes that sound very generic, liberal, artsy, but when we do things like add a food day or analyze coffee from around the world in magnet chemistry, or have parallel readings from all parts of the world in Honors American Literature, or allow research into different independent thoughts and ideas from topics around the world in Honors Biology, we think that it creates a sort of cohesive curriculum so the students understand why they're an international studies student and understand where they're going with the education that they receive and how it all fits together from these different disciplines. Now, that being said, we are very fortunate at North Cobb to provide for your student, options. We know that teenagers and people alike love nothing better than options. And when we say you have to take 3 years of foreign language, a lot of students may not want to continue in Spanish from 8th grade or French from 8th grade. So we are outstandingly excited to have 8 different options to present them. Now, we had the normal things like Spanish, French, and German if people want to continue those pathways, but we also have Chinese and Japanese and American Sign Language and Portuguese and Latin, to add to those experiences. So you do have to have your 3 years of foreign language, but you also can have a 4th year in another language, or you can consider another pathway in all of your languages. So we have had kids who go all the way to AP French and AP Spanish and become essentially almost trilingual as they leave North Cobb. Again, options are fantastic. Those kids can also earn their biliteracy seal from the state of Georgia by getting a qualifying score on an AP exam and getting a 3.0 B or higher in all of their English classes. Another way that a lot of our kids will distinguish themselves and make them more competitive in college applications. One of the unique ways we've done that recently is by starting a book club. So with our incoming freshmen over the summer, we had 2 of our amazingly selfless teachers dedicate hours of their time to help us choose books and then hold book club meetings once a week, about every week or every other week, from June all the way up until current day we're still meeting. And you can see behind me that we've had stories that are appealing to all. They're young adult fiction stories from Egypt, from Kenya, from New York, from anywhere and everywhere around the world, and getting to meet and kind of talk to each other about our preferences and characters and plots and just connect with each other has been really an amazing opportunity that's been unique to Magnet. And one of the things I think the value added of a Magnet program is to be there even in these remote learning times, to be more connected. So now to tell us more about languages and where their linguistic background can take them is one of our distinguished alumni. She's on scholarship at the University of Chicago up in Illinois. That's Adesawa Obasui. She just helped us out by recording a quick message from her dorm room in Chicago, telling you more about how North Cobb Magnet has prepared her for that prestigious university and her background in the linguistics.
Hello, prospective Magnet warriors. I hope both you and your loved ones are staying safe during these uncertain times. My name is Adesawa Obasui, and I am a recent graduate of the class of 2020 from North Cobb's Magnet program. I am currently a first year at the University of Chicago, and I have plans of double majoring in both linguistics and computer science. I'm so glad I have the opportunity of giving you all a proper warrior welcome. I wouldn't be as prepared for the rigor that is autumn quarter at the University of Chicago without North Cobb Magnet. The sense of community within the program amongst both educators and peers is like no other in the county. It's one of the main reasons why I decided to join in the first place. I found a home in the language call in both my French and Spanish classes, and a newfound love for writing throughout my social studies and language arts classes. My travels to over 5 different countries, South Africa being my favorite, and meaningful class discussions have played an important part to the person and student I am today. If you have any questions or concerns about whether North Cobb is the right home for you, please feel free to email me. I hope you decide to become a warrior.
In addition to our global curriculum, we also pride ourselves in having flexibility in our curriculum, which we think differentiates us as a magnet program from other magnet programs around the county. For example, we have a variety of career tech pathways behind me. All of these can be pursued as what we would call kind of a minor as you come to North Cobb. While global studies will be your major, recurring throughout all of your disciplines. These are classes you can take and then take a test at the end and get a certificate for pathway completion. You can also do the same in world languages and pursue a second or third world language. You can do the same in fine arts and take 8 semesters worth of band or orchestra or art classes or drama and things like that. If that's your passion, if that's your interest, then we would love you to pursue that in addition to the magnet requirements that ask you to pursue your global studies. Also with math, we have a very unique setup that we have all levels of math in our magnet program. We have some kids that go all the way up to multivariable calculus and take online classes with Georgia Tech, and we have kids that end up at AP statistics or AP calculus. So if you are a fantastic math student, or if you're more like me, math is not exactly your forte, but something you do because you have to, then we will put you on a path to success and get you where you need to go for the college rigor you need, but the math level that you come in with. All right, more than anything else at North Cobb, like I alluded to before, what we put all of our pride in is experiential learning. We think to experience something speaks volumes, so a lot of my time as coordinator is there building up different opportunities to enrich your curriculum, enrich your classroom environment with just extra opportunities. If it's something like going to Clarkston and working with refugees and helping them get food aid, which we did last fall, if it's bringing college panels in, or we had entire panels of immigrants come tell their story about where they came from the community, how they got here, what life was like transitioning into an American culture. We just have amazing opportunities. Our comparative government class, she has her father, who's an AJC journalist, come in and talk about Tiananmen Square, and like he was there and talk about the experience, what it was like to be in China at that time. So we like to bring global studies alive in any way, shape, and form we can. Now, especially with the pandemic, we've gone on overdrive, and I really think that, like the quote behind me says, adversity can reveal your character. So we did not shy away and say, well, remote learning, we can't really do much, so we'll just kind of wait till we come back face to face. Instead, we doubled down. We've already had a college panel of international affairs university professors from around the country, from American University, from Michigan, in-state, Georgia, Georgia Tech, to talk to our seniors about what opportunities are available to them in the university environment. We've already had a Peace Corps volunteer presentation from different parts of the world talk about their experiences in 4 different countries and what it's like to be part of the Peace Corps. We are also working with EF exclusively to create environments so we can look at virtual tours all around the world. So we've been to China, we've been to Vietnam, we've been to England, we've been to Costa Rica, and just this coming Wednesday night, we'll go to Australia. And I'll actually put that on our website. We would love to have you join us down under in Australia to hear what's going on there in the pandemic, what life is like in Australia, live from an experienced tour director with EF. Additionally, with EF, we're also creating a new leadership council, a global leadership council, to train our freshmen and to take their strengths, to maximize those, to help better our community, our school, and themselves as they go forward in their education. We hope all of these experiences will eventually help you earn your International Skills Diploma Seal from the state of Georgia. Last year, 100% of our seniors earned their International Skills Diploma Seal, which again is just yet one more way for them to distinguish themselves from the scads of other advanced students from great schools all around Georgia applying to our in-state schools like UGA or Georgia Tech and competitive schools like Vanderbilt around the country. We work with EF to create an entire travel schedule. While we're on hold right now at the moment, we still have several trips planned for this year and oncoming years. For example, this spring break, we're going to hopefully still go to Scandinavia. This summer, we have 2 trips planned, one in June to Amsterdam, Brussels, Paris, and London, and another one in July to EF's Summit, where we have an entire conference on sustainability with students from around the world. And for that, we'll be traveling through Italy and ending up in Berlin. Now, if those 2 trips cannot go in the summer, we'll postpone those to next year. Next June, June 22 rather, we already have a trip planned to Vietnam, Cambodia, and Thailand. Every February, not this coming February, but every other February, we also take a trip to Costa Rica and Panama, where we study our AP Human Geography class and our biology class out in the field, literally, sometimes in pineapple and coffee fields, other times in cities talking about urbanization. So again, we like to bring their curriculum to life for them. Here to talk more about our relationship with EF and what it has to do with our students and what it offers them going forward at North Cobb Magnet is the Regional Sales Director for the Southeast in EF, Ms. Terry Troutwine.
Hi there, my name is Terry Troutwine. I am a Senior Director at EF Educational Tours. We are a company that believes in opening the world through education. We have 500 offices and schools in more than 55 countries around the world. And we began partnering with North Cobb's Magnet program 7 years ago. One of the reasons we began to partner with this program is that we have a shared vision to create the next generation of global citizens and future leaders. I've always been impressed, as my organization has been, with Cobb's Magnet program to provide global opportunities to students regardless of the atmosphere. So North Cobb's Magnet program has taken over 500 students around the world to experience hands-on learning opportunities with our educational tours. And during this pandemic, like all educators, North Cobb Magnet program has pivoted, but has still been able to bring these global opportunities to their citizens. We have worked with tour directors from our company living around the world in China, in Panama, in London to join students during classroom time, and they can experience what's happening locally in those countries, can see what's different and what's the same about the worlds that they live in. So again, North Cobb's Magnet program has found a way to bring the world to students virtually every other week during this pandemic, which is very cool. Another core fundamental of the Magnet program is North Cobb's focus on leadership. We've been lucky enough, it's really fun for us to work with students and be able to present in class about our leadership philosophies, way we manage and run our programs within our company, and also working with the students to figure out how do they begin to engage and build and grow upon the leadership muscles they already have in place. So it's been a really fun opportunity for us, and it's been great working with the kids. They've seemed to really enjoy it as well. Our company, along with North Cobb's Magnet program, believe that future leaders and global citizens are necessary for us as a country and us as a people to move forward. And we know that these future leaders should seek to understand different people, places, and cultures. They should show a desire to learn more about the world around them. And part of that is about sparking curiosity, which is what North Cobb's Magnet program is so great at doing. We believe future leaders must be challenged to learn more about themselves and also need to want to grow to become more confident and independent. And North Cobb's Magnet program is one of the schools, one of the reasons we work with educators, because they believe in those things and they actually give the opportunities to your students to do that. So now more than ever, we believe it's important that our kids and our leaders are competent in these areas. And this is why we love partnering with such an incredible school, such incredible educators like you have at the North Cobb Magnet program. And we love that we get to help them with your students to grow as global citizens, to grow as future leaders. And we hope that one day we can see you either virtually with our tour directors or out on the road. Thank you so much.
All right, since we understand that school is much more than just classes, even more than cultural opportunities, our students over the years have created new clubs just to reflect the interests and the passions of like-minded students all across North Cobb Magnet. Last year, we sent cartons of gently used clothes and school supplies to different countries through our Global Education Outreach Club. Our Model United Nations Club is award-winning and year after year does fantastic jobs at conferences around the Southeast. And our newest club we started was a Marine Science Club, where 2 of our science teachers co-sponsor, and we're working with maybe Earthwatch expeditions in the future to kind of look at more ways that we can incorporate their understanding and appreciation for science around the world through environmental science, their AP class, into their interests and their passions in that club. I don't want you to think you'll come to North Cobb Magnet and just be a bookworm sitting in a class, studying all hours of the night. Our students are involved in seemingly every club, every sport, and like he said, if they don't have one they like, they make up their own, and hopefully that keeps going for years and years. All right, here to talk a little bit more about some of these opportunities and what it means for students in our classrooms is one of our faculty members, another one of our bundled teachers from 10th grade in our AP English Language classroom, and that's Miss Lindsay Thaker.
Hi everyone, I'm Lindsay Thaker, and I'm one half of your proud sophomore bundle teacher. I teach AP English Language and also Honors American Lit here at North Cobb. This is my 10th year at North Cobb, and I actually graduated from North Cobb in 2007. So when I say that I love North Cobb, it really does run deep. One of the things I'm most excited to talk to you today about is the cultural programming opportunities that we have at North Cobb, because I really feel that it is the cornerstone of what enriches the curriculum in addition to what you're doing in the classroom. There's something about reading something and exploring something inside the classroom and then being able to actually experience it out in the real world, which is something that I think the Magnet program does an extraordinary way of taking what you learn inside of your classes and then either traveling to actually see those things in person or to experience them in a wide variety of curriculum opportunities outside of the classroom. It's truly a global experience, and it enriches your life and everybody else's. The other thing that I absolutely love about the Magnet program is the relationships that you form with each other, whether it's through your bundles, whether it's through the travel experiences that you get to, eat gelato with your classmate in Italy, or experience authentic Greek dancing while dancing in Greece, whether it's going and experiencing a speaker with someone. These are memories that you're creating that will last a lifetime, and it's something that I treasure the most. As a Magnet teacher, I've gotten to spend quality time on trips, in classrooms, on field trips and other experiences with those students, and the bonds that you make with those students truly are indescribable, and it's much easier to write a wonderful college recommendation for a proud and excited kid after you've gotten to dance in Greece alongside authentic Greek dancers with them. I'm incredibly proud to be a teacher at North Cobb, and I really hope that you choose to come here and can experience all that North Cobb has to offer.
So hopefully by now you've seen enough about our program, even though you're not with us physically, that you're intrigued. You're thinking, maybe I want to become a Magnet Warrior, and we hope that you do. But then the next question you almost always have is, will I be the only one? Am I going to be the only kid from my middle school? Or am I going to be the only kid who's not from a North Cobb middle school and not know anyone? And the answer, as you see behind me in the graphs, is absolutely not. More than 70% of our incoming freshmen right now, freshmen sitting in our classrooms remotely or face-to-face, are not from a North Cobb feeder system. And what that means is, one, we hope that we're appealing to a wide variety of students with the programming and the classes we're offering. But two is you have a ready-made group of friends who are in the exact same situation you are. They really want to take languages. They really want to know more about the world. They're passionate about different cultures, and they're brand new. And you're brand new. And it doesn't take much to make friends in that type of environment. And we hope that those friendships will last a very long time as you go forward until graduation and beyond. In fact, our current 9 through 12 Magnet student body represents 46 different middle schools. And one student has volunteered to come today and talk to you quickly about her experience with how she chose or decided to choose to come from a smaller private school to North Cobb to pursue her high school education at North Cobb Magnet. So thank you very much, and here is Miss Maya Bourne.
Hi, my name is Maya Bourne. I'm a senior here at the Magnet Program for International Studies, and I came from a small private school called Mount Bethel Christian Academy. And in that private school experience, it was a very small, about 50 students in my class, and it wasn't very diverse. And when I was looking for the perfect high school for me, I wanted somewhere where I would get that big traditional high school experience, but also a smaller community feel-based. When I was looking for high schools, I ended up looking at North Cobb for their Magnet program, and I cannot regret it one bit. I loved North Cobb, and the Magnet program is filled with all types of cultures, diversity, people that I would have never met if I didn't come here. I have met friends from everywhere in the globe, every religion, and it has personally enriched me as a person, and I've learned so much about different cultures. So here at North Cobb, the Magnet program feels like a community. Everyone here knows each other, whether it's the teachers or the students. It feels like everyone's here to support each other, and that was one thing I was a little scared about coming from such a small school to such a large school, was that I would just kind of get lost in the crowd. But in the magnet program, I really learned to stick out and be with my friends and feel like I actually value their time and they value my time here. The diversity is a huge thing at North Cobb. I love seeing people from all over, different faces every single day I walk into the school. And it's a program that will grow you as a person. You will learn so much more than you came into it. And I really hope you guys end up coming here.
As we get closer to the end and send you on to our Zoom sessions, I do also want to take note that we have a fantastic Magnet Foundation here that does amazing things to support our students and support our teachers. Just this week, when our teachers came back to school, they bought them all lunch. We also just this weekend assembled brand new desks for all of our new desktop computers in the computer lab portion of our Magnet Lounge, which we hope you'll see in the spring when you come on campus, hopefully, for our spring open house. Additionally, that's going to be one of our panels after this, so we hope that you can go see our Parent to Parent, what it's like to raise a Magnet Warrior through our 4-year program, and hear directly from them about what you can expect, the great things ahead of you in our school. Last but not least, to finish it up this evening, we have a visitor from far away, still United States, but from Juneau, Alaska, Miss Megan McMillan, here to tell you exactly how she became a park ranger and what North Cobb Magnet meant to her experience and her love of science that took her to a career that she could not be happier with.
Hi, my name is Megan McMillan, and I graduated from North Cobb in 2015, and I went from North Cobb Magnet School to Magnetic North up here in Juneau, Alaska, working for the Forest Service, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about how North Cobb's program helped set me on my path to end up here.
I chose to come to North Cobb on a whim, but it gave me access to great classes that have all helped with my career. AP Biology and Environmental Science amplified my passion for the outdoors, and AP Human Geography and other international classes gave me the ability to relate to people from other countries and cultures. Through this program, I was able to gain enough AP credit to take a variety of elective courses that set me up to be a great candidate for jobs, and even graduate from the University of Georgia a semester early, also completing a study abroad in South Africa. North Cobb helped to gain my passion for travel. Through this program, I was able to travel to Eastern Europe, Washington, D.C., and Belize, eventually returning to Belize for an internship during the summer before my freshman year of college. Traveling during my teen years gave me the opportunity to feel confident and independent, making it easier to make the transition to college and even moving across the country for a job. One of the highlights of my Magnet career was my participation in Model United Nations. As a park ranger, public speaking is a huge part of my job, and Model United Nations gave me the opportunity to build that skill and gain confidence. I graduated college during the government shutdown in 2018, making finding a government job difficult. But I reached out to Dr. Roach and Ms. Galloway and practically begged them to let me come in and help with the Model United Nations team. It was a great opportunity to meet some of the current students in the Magnet program and to give back to a program that I believe gave me so much. Looking back at my experience, I think what I'm most thankful for is teachers who recognized and helped me to reach my potential even after high school graduation. Choosing something new can often be a difficult decision, but if you're looking for a program full of supportive faculty, endless opportunities, and something beyond a typical high school experience, North Cobb is the place for you. Good luck and go Warriors!
Well, we hope that you've seen everything that you wanted to see and hear from us this evening, but we certainly understand this is not the end. This is still the beginning of your journey in the Magnet application process that will go until December 1st when your application is due, and then past that to your acceptances and when you actually accept one of those acceptances in March. So in the meantime, we hope you stay in contact with us. At our website, there's a 365 form you can fill out to receive all kinds of email updates. I don't want to inundate you, but I would love to welcome you and invite you to some of our events and keep you abreast of what's happening in the North Cobb Magnet community. On Instagram and other resources are available for you to always stay up to date and not miss anything that we might be up to that will soon be what you're up to with us. Now we enter the portion of our evening when you get to hear more live from our students and teachers. So please transition on to the next phase and go on to the Zoom links on our website to reach out and ask questions directly from many more students than you've heard from even here this evening. We'll have 5 to 6 students in each panel, and you can ask them anything and everything and hear from all of their experiences of what it's like to complete the experience of a North Cobb Magnet Warrior.